So all of you right now at home are seeing the title of this video. You've seen other people play it. You know it exists. You know it's coming. It's Final Fantasy VII Remake. The demo is here now. All of you can go home and play it. I have played this demo for the third time. I've been to several events. I went actually a couple weeks ago to play it. Thanks to Square Enix for letting me play the game. I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of emotions. I have a lot of things to say. Everyone has played the demo and everyone has thoughts about it. We're close, baby. We're close. This is it. This is my Super Bowl. I cannot wait to talk about and play Final Fantasy VII Remake. So I played this game 3 times, right? First time being at E3 of 2019. The second time is that I played the full demo a couple of weeks ago before PAX. And obviously I played the demo one last time before I made this video. It came out a couple days ago. The demo that I played from a few weeks ago, that session I got to play, I played a lot more than what you guys got to experience. I got to play the first reactor, the second reactor with Tifa, as well as a boss fight located in the Don Cornelio mansion area right after the mansion, the sewers with Aerith in my party. I got to experience using different characters. Voice acting is really passionate and specific. The story is getting better and better as they tell it. I think I'm just really excited overall to sink my teeth in. One of the more controversial things when it comes to the Final Fantasy VII Remake is the fact that this game is being split up into several different parts, and people do not like that. They want the full, complete experience. Something that I'm okay with is the fact that this game is only Midgar, right? Midgar, typically speaking, is about the first 5, maybe 10 hours of the game if you're playing casually. This time around, they're looking to expand the experience with storytelling, with more specific beats, with more explanation. And already at the get-go, I can tell you the demo is about an hour long if you're playing it casually. And that's saying a lot considering that the opening bomb mission, usually speaking, is only about 20 to 25 minutes. I think this version of the game is going to be the 30 to 50 hour mark that we've all been told. And if that's the case, I'm okay with it because this is a very complicated, complex, emotional, passionate story about these characters that are going to be experiencing a lot of tragedy and a lot of change and a lot of personal wants and goals and failing at those personal wants and goals. Now, something you guys did not get to experience in the demo that I got to experience on the second playthrough of it over at Square Enix was that there was a lot of cinematics and cutscenes are actually not showcased in this demo. You kind of get the illusion that when you start the game that it's going to be the exact same demo from the exact same opening shot from Final Fantasy VII originally. That is not the case. They actually added a lot more to the beginning that I don't think is out there. They omitted some things from this demo for story purposes. Flashbacks happening in real time, moments that we've all seen and know as a community playing this game and understanding certain character motivations and choices. And for people who haven't played this game before, they've gotten better at kind of pseudo storytelling and explaining briefly what this moment is so that later on when we get to it in the game, hopefully the clarity and the focus will be there so it makes more sense and really kind of acts up as a situation of teasing the plot without bashing you over the head with it. Obviously, Final Fantasy VII Remake looks, sounds, and feels incredible. I have played this demo several times at this point. The direction it's gone with the gameplay. The battle system is very different than what we're used to, right? We're used to traditional ATB, classic, you got your meter on the bottom and it charges, and then you make your decisions right there. In this case, this combat system, to me, is a hybrid of different games from Square Enix's past with a lot of polish and feel that I think works really well. For instance, if a few of you out there are a fan of Final Fantasy 13, the stagger system from that game has been brought over, which I think is great because the things you fight in Final Fantasy VII Remake, they're larger than life, they're big, and they have a lot of HP, and simply pressing the attack button of putting in an input is not enough. You have to actively participate in how the battle goes. I think it's so cool that you can just, with a quick tap of a button, switch from Cloud to Barret to Tifa to Aerith to whoever. I think it's fascinating. It reminds me a lot of Secret of Mana because you can just become that character and the AI takes over for you and does your own thing there. Early on in the demo, when Barret joins your party, you have to fight some enemies that are above in the rafters or they're flying, and Cloud can't jump up and hit them as well as you expect him to. Barret has the ability, obviously because of his gun arm, to shoot from far away, shoot projectiles, and Cloud kind of becomes a support character. I think that's really neat because it kind of gives reverence and weight to the characters you're playing as. You have to really learn how to play in these different styles in this sandbox situation. I know that in the demo that I played where I fought the sewer boss with Tifa and Aerith, playing with Tifa felt like a fighting game character. Her ATB moves and the way that she punches and kicks felt very specifically in how I would play something like Street Fighter V or Smash Brothers or Marvel Infinite. You have to remember your inputs and the best way to combo them together. And that just means that the more characters that join this team, the more versatility we're gonna get, both in the ATB moves, the limit breaks, the summons. There's gonna be a lot to just digest in this entire experience, and I cannot wait to finally experience it. We're only a month away. In that way, you have the Final Fantasy 13 stagger system kind of brought into this. You have kind of the hack and slash style of Secret of Mana and Kingdom Hearts, where you press square to attack and you just kind of unleash a series of different attacks. But you also have access to your ATB meter from traditional Final Fantasy games. So on the bottom, you'll see your meter is building, and this meter is kind of just like an action point. You get 2 ATB meters that you can use to delegate when to attack the enemy that's happening right in front of you. So these moves can be anything from using an item, using materia, or just using free attacks, which I think are the coolest things ever. Between Barret and Cloud in the demo, and from what I played as Aerith and Tifa, there are some really cool nods to their limit breaks, to different forms of the limit breaks that are just normal attacks that help you really do crazy things. And I think that's really cool. It's an exciting way to introduce new attacks that feel familiar to the characters themselves, right? Cloud has a stance change. He can go from kind of doing his elusive hack and slash mode to kind of switching into a turtle situation where he kind of moves slower, he's more precise, he does a lot more damage, but he can't block, so it's very risk and reward in that moment. The voice acting and presentation here is top notch. I can instantly tell you right now that the vocal director and the talent behind this game is paying attention to everything going on very, very carefully. They know there's a lot riding on the line with the success and the understanding of these characters and the plots. Cloud obviously is a mysterious character that not a lot of people know his true backstory. They just see the sword, they go, oh, it's a spiky anime character protagonist, but there's so much going on here. Erica Limbeck as Jessie is fantastic. I know her personally, and she's doing a great job. Even though Jessie's more of a minor character, Erica just owns it, like, to her core. And you definitely get that, especially because the opening bomb mission kind of is Jessie's little intro and time to shine within the group, right? So overall, the chemistry that's going on here between Cloud and Barret and Biggs and Wedge and Jessie is all just super fast and super quick because of the stakes that are about to unfold. One of the funnier things about this game is when you finally go to put in the bomb to blow up the reactor, they give you an option to choose between 20 minutes and 30 minutes, which I think is kind of stupid, but also kind of neat because 20 minutes was how it was in the original game, and 30 minutes is how they give you that option now. So I guess they want players to feel like they have more than enough time, but in the times that I demoed this, 20 was more than enough time to do it. More importantly, in the current state of what we got in the demo, it doesn't seem like there's going to be, at least in this linear aspect of the first opening moments of the game, it doesn't feel like there's random encounters. It feels like every time you enter the room and you fight someone, the specific moments and beats you fight them in are pretty linear. Now, that's not to say that when the game comes out, that won't be the case. I'm pretty sure that that will be. I just noticed that I didn't have the ability to farm or to practice combat or to really kind of understand how the situation works from that aspect. Now, something that's not in the demo, but something I got to experience is how you level up in this game. Obviously, leveling up is as easy as getting into a fight and conquering your enemies and getting experience, but I will say that there seems to be hinted at that there's going to be an ability to keep using the same weapons you have for your characters throughout the course of the game. So if you want to use the Buster Sword the entire time, you totally can. If you want to use the bat with a nail in it, you can. There is going to be a way to take these weapons with you on the journey and possibly have versatility so that when you do get to experience them, you can decide, oh, for this fight, I want this weapon, and for that fight, I want that weapon. Whereas the original game is pretty clear as night and day that when you get the better weapon, the other weapons become irrelevant, unless that weapon might have something like triple AP, double experience, so on and so forth. One of the common complaints I've seen about the demo and about the game so far is that the boss in the demo, in the opening area, is pretty tough, very long, and very bloated. And I kind of agree and I kind of disagree. I think that, if anything, the boss fights feel way more epic. These bosses aren't just bosses, they're moving set pieces that you have to look at and figure out how to conquer and participate and overcome what's in front of you, because they're not easy. And while it is very clear how to specifically set up attacks, how to stun certain enemies and stagger them so that you have the advantage to win the fight, it still takes a while, because you have to dodge, you have to save your ATB meter, you have to use your resources carefully. And that's something this game is doing in a way that the old game did not. I feel like if you ever play a JRPG, you can grind and protect and cover your resources, and I'm sure that's going to be the same in the future of this game. But in the demos that I've played, it always felt as if I never had enough to win the fight, which is a both good and bad thing. Bad thing because I was always scared of my resource management, right? Not enough Phoenix Downs, potions, not understanding how to accurately save my ATB meter for certain situations. But good, because when I finally conquered it, I felt so rewarded in my ability to combine everything together. And that's the thing I liked the most about this entire demo experience, was after playing it again and again and again, I'd get better at how I'd get resources. I'd get better at when to use potions and when not to. I'd get better at when to switch characters, when to use ATB meters to do certain things, when to use the limit breaks. Overall, the game was teaching me, as I was playing within the demo, how to conquer anything and everything that was in my way the more I learned how to play, which to me is always a good sign of a good game. I think something that feels really wonderful about this game is how important it is to the team working on it. You can tell. It feels like the team who's working on Final Fantasy VII Remake cares a lot about their product. I feel, looking at what's going on, that they give a huge amount about feedback and criticism and really what they're presenting here. I'll tell you that I have played within Demo 2 and Demo 3, only a couple weeks apart from each other. Demo 3 is so much more polished than Demo 2. And I don't know what the setup was. I don't know what the downtime was in between these two sessions, but it's clear that they're listening and they're reacting and they want to do this right. And I confidently feel that as a long-time Final Fantasy VII, let alone Final Fantasy fan, I feel that this is in a very, very good spot. And I cannot wait to play the final product. Do me a favor, hit the like button, leave a comment. I really want to know not only what you guys think of Final Fantasy VII Remake and what's to come, but what you think of this type of video. And I want to know what you guys have to say and think. And if not, guess what? New Completionist every Saturday. Guess what? That happens every Saturday from now until the end of time. So that's it. That's all, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, take it easy. Peace. And freaking, this game's gonna be so good. I know it. I know it. I hope. I know it.